Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, I have a different background right now. That's because I have already relocated to Singapore, and I relocated here about a week ago. Already started my work for about 3 days, and of course this video is to update you guys on um, everything. What's going on, how's it like living in Singapore, and truth be told, and in summary, there are a lot of things that I have to adapt to now that I moved here in Singapore. So this video will also give you a brief tour of my room. It's kind of an irony, isn't it? For the past 3 months, I've been moving house from a double story to a condo and now to a room in a different country. Well, even though Singapore is technically like a stone's throw away from Malaysia, but once you arrive here, you can immediately tell something is very different. It's a very fast-paced city. Everyone walks a lot faster than what we do in Malaysia. Public transport is of course very efficient. I have no complaints about that. So my room here, it's a common room. I'm staying around the Sembawang area. My room is about, I would say, 90 to 100 square feet in size. It's not big, but my goal in the long run is probably to find like a studio where I can live on my own and also be able to accommodate any visitors that wants to drop by Singapore just to hang out for a night or two, and also to make way to my family members who wants to drop by and see me from time to time. So without further ado, let's get started with the small room tour, I guess. So as I record the intro, I'm on my bed, and this is the front door to the room. And this particular room is broken down, in my point of view, into 3 parts. One is the cabinet or the closet, one is the bed, and one is my workstation, my PC. So this PC is probably familiar to you guys. This is my PC from my room. I cannot part ways with it. I definitely have to bring it all the way here to Singapore. And my CPU is run of law, which is not exactly the most ideal position. Ideally, I would like to get a rack to prop up the CPU. Otherwise, it'll get dusty and make my computer overheat. My peripherals, as you probably would have seen already, a couple of trays here to store my personal belongings. And this is the view outside of my room. As you can see, a lot of HDBs all over the place. And there's a bus station down here as well, somewhere around there. But that's not the bus station that I take to work. Yeah, I have to walk a little bit more. And this is the bed, super single sized. Obviously, I'm not too used to it because I have a queen bed at home, but it's still okay, not too bad. But the major complaint is about the shades over here, the curtains. This doesn't do a very good job in blocking the light, especially this direction over here, which is facing east. So this is where the morning light comes in. So by the time it's 7 in the morning, the light will absolutely blast into the room and you will find it difficult to sleep with this shade. So even if I pull this shade, you can see the evening light as of recording this time is still able to pass through these shades. So probably I have to get a new set of shades or curtains to make my sleep more comfortable. And one bolster and pillow, and this is my companion from Malaysia. His name is Sean. Sean is all the way from my house. Just a token of reminder of my family, and also my iPad right over here to watch videos just before I go to bed. So yeah guys, this is just a very short tour. I think there's nothing much to see. It's just a squarish room with a workstation, a bed and a closet. So besides the tour, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the rental. So the rental for this particular room is a common room with a common bathroom. I'm renting it for about 1100 or 1001 Singapore dollars. The reason why I rent this particular unit is because it's in a condo. So of course there are a lot more facilities and amenities. There are swimming pools. Yes, there are swimming pools, two of them to be precise. There is also a basketball court, tennis court, barbecue pit. So even though I might not be using much of the amenities that is located within this condo, the plus point of staying here is it's quite close to the MRT station, about 700 meters away, and the bus station where I use to go to work is also equal distance but at the opposite direction. The price might seem high, yeah. A lot of my friends say that wow, 1001 for a common room seems really over the top. But when you think about it, some of my friends living in Jurong, their rent for a HDB common room is about $900. So I think 1001 is not too high when it comes to comparison, relative comparison from a HDB to a condo basis. But I think the important thing is that you're comfortable and you are able to have a pretty good housemates, pretty good landlord that are understanding when it comes to your needs. Some landlords a little bit more, I would say, on the stricter side. For example, probably like do not allow cooking, which this unit does allow light cooking. When you come to Singapore and you want to start looking for a room, you will see all these clauses in your tenancy agreement, like no cooking or light cooking, no visitors and whatnot. So if you have a cool landlord, definitely that is an advantage of its own. So the landlord, you can negotiate with the landlord to talk about what your needs are, see if you can work out a compromise on things that might not be too comfortable for yourself, like the cooking. If let's say you have to cook, obviously keep it down to the minimum. Do not try to use the kitchen for deep frying and whatnot. You will mess up the house and the landlords might not like that. Other than that, for those of you who are interested to come work in Singapore, yeah, why not just give yourself an opportunity for that to happen. For me personally, why I come to Singapore is because it is one of my personal goal to try working overseas. The term, I use the term overseas very loosely, even though it's like I said, stone's throw away from Malaysia. Yeah, it is a very different environment, different work culture, different stay culture, different traffic culture, different people culture. That is like a whole new different world on its own just across the causeway. But if you are interested in coming, do a lot of research, do a lot of study on what you require. In terms of employment, of course, the HR will guide you through on this, on what documents you need to submit, what are your benefits and whatnot. Speaking about employment, that is covered by the HR. But on your own, like how you want to relocate here, how much money you need, of course this is different person to person. Some people can afford to live more in a more luxury setting, but for me as a middle class guy from Malaysia, from KL, I can spare some expense for my own comfort. But when it comes to living You can upgrade from time to time, like every couple of years, from a HDB to a condo, and later on maybe to a studio, to accommodate more of your family members. So yeah, this is my experience and a short tour of my living condition here in Singapore. Ideally, the rent should not exceed more than a third of your salary, because there are other expenses that might be out of your expectation, like MRT and whatnot. The cost of taking the public transport, even though it's on the lower side, but sometimes if you travel quite frequent, you can easily spend up to like $10 a day uh, in transportation. So that is something that you should also account for. So that's it, guys, video for this week, just to give you an update on about my things in Singapore. Hope you guys are staying safe, staying indoors, staying healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.